Alright. It's terrible that I even have to freaking say this. But I have to be the one. Because I'm not the only one, but fundamentally, I say that a lot. And fundamentally and other associated. Okay. First of all, my opinion doesn't matter. So, disregard everything you're about to hear because it's just my opinion. And afterwards, after you get done with this half, you can see the meme that I'm reposting, which was the core subject. But I have to preface this. And so what I'm going to say, is that there's different views on this. See, believing something is not the correct thing to do. Believing that something is wrong. If you believe that people should not be allowed to do something legally versus just saying, if you do this, it's going to injure you. Like, we conflate that a lot, and it's often hard to tell when someone is ranting on and on about their opinions. Like, are you saying this behavior should be illegal, or are you just trying to warn people that this behavior leads to negative consequences? So there has to be some sort of distinction there. So all I'm going to say is, I don't believe personally that there should be any law against transgender people. And what I do believe, however, is that it should be illegal to make children into transgenders. I think that's a pretty fucking evil thing to do. And so I'm going to speak, like I said, these are my opinions, so this is my personal experience, is that when I was a little kid, when I was a little boy, I thought it'd be cool to be a girl. I wanted to be a girl, and that's the fucking truth. And I know not all children have necessarily those types of experiences, but it was the experience for me that I wanted to be a little girl for a short period of time. I think my main reason was, see, I'm a very obstinate personality, and when somebody says I can't do something, I'm like, oh yeah? And so they were like, you can't go into the girls' restroom, you can only go into the boys' restroom. And I was like, well, if I was a girl, I could go into the girls' restroom, and then I would know what was in there. It's this inherent curiosity. When someone tells you you can't do something, you want to fucking go and do that just to prove them wrong. And so that's part of my personality. And the other part is this this aesthetic ideal that men, or that heterosexual people, if you're heterosexual in general, you're pursuing an aesthetic ideal of your partner. As a man, you believe women are beautiful and men are ugly. And as a woman, you believe that women are ugly and men are beautiful. And so as far as like what is aesthetically pleasing to look at, in general, heterosexuality means that you have distaste for your own gender and you have a taste, a preference for the other gender. And so it can be convoluted into the idea that if I, as a man, change my body into the body of a woman, I will be beautiful. Or if I, as a woman, change my body into the body of a man, I will be beautiful or handsome, I think is Is beauty feminine inherently, and is handsomeness male? I use beauty as a gendered, because I think, like, I'm a fucking man, handsomeness does not attract me, beauty attracts me, so that's my headspace as a man. So that's all I wanted to say. This is long, dragged out thing about them trannies, them transgendered folks, and so, because I'm saying, like, get this. This is the point I wanted to say. You know what the Nazis burned, among other things? They burned a lot of things, but you know what the Nazis, them evil Nazis, you know what they burned? They burned the medical directions, the medical journals on transgender surgery, gender reassignment surgery. They burned that shit because they were taking the opinion that I don't take, which is that this should be illegal, that it should be illegal to transgender surgery in adults. And I say no. If somebody wants to remove themselves from the gene pool and they got the fucking shekels, they got the dollars to pay, then fine. You can pay up and you can get your shit removed. And if you don't like that, well, tough shit. Because it's human freedom. But the exact opposite applies to children, because children are extremely susceptible to the influence of, because they're like a blank slate. And so that's why it's wrong to transgender surgery a child. In fact, I believe, this is what I wanted to get at about what I was making the point about the Nazis and them burning the transgendered medical literature. The reason why I believe the exact fucking opposite. My stance is against censorship to the intellectually pure extreme, which a lot of people wouldn't vibe with. But I don't give a shit. I'm 100% against censorship. I'm a favor of a glass house society where censorship is as impossible as possible and where all data is accessible. But anyway, the point is, I believe that the exact opposite. I believe that what we should show children in school is the videos of the surgery, of gender reassignment surgery. Show children the videos of the doctors cutting off the penis and making a fake vagina, and show the videos of the doctors mutilating a woman's vagina and forming a fake penis out of a tube of flesh. Show that to the children. Do it! Show the children the truth about transgenders. Show them sexual reassignment surgery. And then be like, when you're of age, you can make this choice. See how many choose that path.
Just gonna have to shut down my channel or something. This is honestly the funniest picture I've ever seen on the internet. His vaguely threatening gesture and stance. The woman meekly clasping her hands together in fear. The difference in size between his massive skull and hers. His caveman tears slouch, making him look like a hunchback, versus her standing up straight. The remnants of what appear to be sideburns on the side of his face versus the woman's clear cheeks. the intense expression on his face versus the bewildered expression on hers, the sheer difference in size between their torsos. His is probably double the size of hers, his masculine profile with his chin jutting out, and his longer face versus her wider face. I could go on, but you get the idea. All of this contrasted with the constant assertion that these people are identical to women and that there is no meaningful difference between them makes for the most exquisite form of irony when their differences are juxtaposed so vividly. The contrast is almost divine. On the left is man's hubris, his desire to capture the beauty of nature and make it his own, his cerebral and conscious understanding of what it means to be what he thinks he is, his intentional becoming. While on the right is nature, effortless being. No doctors, appointments, or hormones or surgery, just an is that needs nothing added to it in order to be complete. He tries so hard, and yet the harder he tries to become, the further he takes himself away from the effortless is that is the thing he wants to be. It's comedy on a cosmic scale, a joke only God himself could come up with.